Robbie9, come in, out of the internet, little buddy, over. Oh, hey, Robbie9. Thanks for coming in to do another anti-VVM plan show I never wanted to do. Live on Burwell Militia TV. No, Robbie9, Ice Cube 3 is not here yet. Where is G.I. Joe 66 at? Get him in here out of the internet. Make sure he's not in sleep mode. I got Tracy McEnroe in my IM right now. Fuck off, you're like I own myself. You're not a companion. You just use people for your agenda. Think on that. Something, smiley face. Well, she never could read over 9 words of the VMTV scam note to know what I'm saying. So, yeah, of course I have an agenda for VM. It's to replace the total truth or fail movement. The post 9/11 Fed PSYOP scapegoat hunt you are all on. Of course, I have an agenda for VM. There is a primary mission and the VM plan so that VM constitutor information can be known worldwide. That can only be done as a team. I can't, upload it, Robbie9, into their memory banks of 7.7 billion contractual artificial persons instantly. And I don't know why she's speaking to me like that. I'm always nice to her. And that's a shame. Of course, I have an agenda. Okay. You're going on Truth or Fail News here in a minute after this show's over. Why am I on before 9/11 p.m., Robbie9? You didn't have to demand I go on the air live worldwide. Well, this is a special show. It's not exactly a VMTV plan show or telling about the scam or explaining what legalese is or the post 9/11 Fed PSYOP. This has to do with me. This show. I kind of have to just get this out of the way. I have 3 pressing legal issues just coming down on me all in the past week, Robbie9. I have an overpopulation cat problem here at my home, my commercial address, not my house, to where I don't like seeing things go hungry. I've been hungry one time for 9 days. It doesn't feel real good. So part of what I do, VM Street, that means offline and in the street, is I try to help fools. And I've said it before, and I say it to every one of them, and I'll say it again. I try to show pure slaves how to free slave as a team. And those pure slaves have to teach me how to pure slave for Team Vatican debt slave and not Team VM each and every time. Because when you do favors for takers, you become their free slave in their minds. They believe they're your slave for free. That's the opposite of what a free slave is. So, of course, they fall by the wayside, Robbie9. Of course they go away. Even if it means with a baseball bat in my hand telling me to leave my home that can't be my house and get off my property that's British monarchy registered and claimed by me, federal property in debt, military service to the Vatican. Forcing someone out of your house, you have the contractual liberty to use that force. Forcing them off of your property, that would be an attack. In that legal case, in that legal matter, you would need to call the police force, something that I rarely do, unless it's something that I have to do to keep myself out of the court system, out of jail, or out of prison. So those 3 bikes you see there, each one of those I got from a scammer I previously thought I knew. I knew I didn't believe I knew them, but I found out the one of 2 things that they and I always know when they're through. That's if they're real or fake, or true or false. That's what everyone knows when I'm done with you. I don't want to be done with anybody. I want to start something that will change the 9/11 truth or fail movement instantly and ongoing until it's completely replaced by VM. Now I want to change the world, Robbie Niner, fix the world. I'm here to destroy the world. Hey, Ice Cube 3. Come on in, door's open. You know I got a violent homeless person that might walk in at any time, I hope. Because he didn't seem to pay much attention to my house rules, my policy, Robbie Nine, my house law in my house, in my home. Get your ass up there in the bulletproof DJ booth, Ice Cube 3. No, we don't need any music for this. So this guy's been trespassed, and the jail is about 600 yards from here. I'm sure he'll come by, visit. And I don't want to mention the thing he did to alleviate one little tiny cat's of my world population control cat problem for me, like an idiot, here for free. So I won't. I'm not going to mention his name. DX VMAQ, the first VMAQ I named, that I gave the loving nickname Candy Q to. Now only goes by her legal name on this the VMTV plan, anti-plan show. There's a plan for VMTV, it's just not the VM plan exactly. It's to show people what VM is, first of all. It's opposite of everything you do now on Farcebook. In the Farcebook, Fed PSYOP, Operation Communication Breakdowns with stupid idiot phones you can't own. So, looks like we've got a choir chatting popping popper here, multi-name across the Fed. I think he might be a paid Fed, Robbie Nine, here to disrupt VM. I think they only need one Fed to disrupt VM. I think it's him. Do I actually really or truly think that or believe that, Robbie Nine? No, not really. He's just your average, normal, artificial, ordinary person. Which, if you are one of those, you've never even thought about attempting to change, much less fix, much less end the scam for one thing. So I made the mistake of going to the post office on a bike with engine in it. I haven't signed a driver's license contract since 1999 and expired in 2004 when I was shipped up here by my slave family on the day of 9/11. Be the lie, live that or not, because it's true. It's a real true story. You don't have to believe it. It's true. And I decided, after doing a little research from 2003.5 on till now, I'm done with the research. I completed that in about 2016. And I started my real true study of pure slaves when they see that the scam is contractual liberty, meaning it's voluntary tyranny. Lay down like fainting goat permasheet every time they see that it's contractual, you see. That means we're not at fault, but we are to blame because government, aka capital G God, contractual God, is a contractual legal fiction that can't exist. So if you're anti-government and you're like anti-legal fiction, that's a double negative. I don't know what you are. I'm not anti-legal fiction. I'm not anti-government. I'm not anti the world. I'm the anti-world champion. I don't want there to be a Vatican debt slave artificial person world with nothing but fake ass people because of it. Yeah, I don't want to end the Fed, one policy, one Vatican debt slave and extermination in today's world population control, Nazi socialist policy, capital W welfare, federal welfare, not lowercase w welfare, people's welfare. That's the difference between legalese and English. If you can't comprehend legalese, you contractually stand under it without knowing a thing. You should probably want to know things instead of believe things. If you're claiming to be a truth seeker, I can't see why you can't do that, but I've never seen it yet. We do have the new chosen one, the VMAR, ready to go, Robbie 9, for the show after this at 9:11 p.m. and or 9:11 a.m. Robbie 9. Thanks for that, little buddy, so I can hit the live button. If you walk on the tennis court and you say, man, I hope I don't lose, you're probably going to lose. So I gotta just change the words, Robbie 9. Words control your every thought. So instead of saying I don't like hitting the live button, I'm going to start saying I like hitting the live button, Robbie 9. Thanks to you. Way to go, little buddy. Am I going to enjoy it? I don't know about enjoy it, Robbie 9. Because every time I deal with pure slaves, I end up anti-enjoying it. But those 3 bikes you see, those cost me a lot more than the bikes are worth. Each and every one of them by an ex-scammer that I used to believe I knew, that have now been shunned for life. That's what I do when I know you're anti-real and anti-true. Just like the VMAQ, Candy Queen, Danielle Maxine Bachelor, sends me a certified letter, even though I've never met her in person, never touched her, much less had sexual intercourse with her, Robbie 9. I've never seen her with my own eyes. Sends me a registered letter claiming I'm the father of a child that I didn't create with her. Now she's got it to where I have to send my DNA to the government to prove I'm not guilty. Now the court system seems to be exactly opposite of what it is, because you don't know legalese. So I don't have to allow the state to prove that I'm the father. How are they going to do that without taking my DNA, Robbie 9? Well, I've never met her. I have to prove my not innocence. I have to prove my not guiltiness to the courts. And since I'm this close to not doing this, I've already decided I'm done helping fools in the street. Done. I'm finished doing favors for anyone. I'll never give anyone another dime on the street. I'll never buy anything off anyone off the street because it could be stolen. I'm done with that. I'm almost that close to being done with this online. My 4th 30-day ban in less than 125 days occurred today, this morning. I'm sure by a truth or fail who doesn't like seeing the government as God and it's contractual, Robbie 9. That is internet censorship. It's not the pure sheep posting pics of their cheeseburgers. So this MDV YouTube channel, VMTV, what used to be the Verbal Militia channel that was canceled, as soon as I made it monetized, of course, just to see what would happen. And it's canceled in 9 days, Robbie 9. So it's gone. All the post 9/11 Fed PSYOP videos I had saved on there, all gone. 13-year-old channel, a lot of special effects or whatever you could do with that channel that I can't do with this one, I'm sure. Doesn't legally matter, Robbie 9. All gone, along with the Mark Douglas vote, the first, and the Mark Douglas vote, the second farce book accounts with 200 BM notes apiece, registered and claimed to Parsbrook for their federal property of by and for the British monarchy and that in military service to the Vatican federal property. Private property, personal property, state property, all federal property. You are registered and claimed federal property. The only thing that legally matters. The policy enforcers don't have to protect your lives. They only protect you because you're registered and claimed federal property, if they do it at all. And judges have ruled, no, they don't have to protect your lives, just federal property, unjustly federal property. So, here we go. We're just going to put this letter up here. I read it today. Now this XVMAR person, this artificial person that I spoke to on the internet, I don't know, maybe 6 months and over the phone and on YouTube. But I never went to Ohio and had sex with her, Robbie Nine, because I never met her before. Falsely making a false claim against me in the courts that I'm the father of her child. Now, let me just put out the part where she got that from. In a lot of my speeches, when I type or when I say things, is that I privately claimed each and every unborn child back from the British monarchy and the Vatican before you can contract them into the world, sacrificing them away. And the weight of every little innocent baby boy and baby girl not yet contracted into the world. Sheer weight of them all that should be crushing me by now. I know that day by day simply strengthens me. And you can contractually create a child contractually, but you can't create a baby without two people, a male and a female. And she knows I wasn't there. So she's lying in court. That's perjury. Defamation of character on me. Because I didn't father her baby. I don't want to be known as someone who fathered her baby. She's a liar, not a true speaker, or she would be VM. They're calling her crazy. They're sending her to the mental hospital. She was in the jail. She had her 4th baby. She first introduced herself to me, that I make the claim that I am a lawyer. You can look up the English word definition of lawyer. It's anyone that looks up a legal definition or two. I am a practicing capital L lawyer. That means I've answered in court the simple question, would you like an attorney? You're acting on behalf of your federal artificial person, federal corporation in the courts, practicing law. By answering any question, you're a lawyer doing your practice in the courts, not a British monarchy registered and claimed, licensed, insured, key tam attorney. There's a difference in all 3 of those. So to say I can't give people legal advice or it's illegal, no, that's not illegal. Charging people Vatican debt creds for legal advice is illegal if you're convicted of it. So I can give all the free legal advice that I want, Robbie 9. It's called advice when the attorneys do it. So you don't have to obey the advice. You don't have to obey the medical practice advice, medical advice. So it's not illegal. You people are brainwashed and clueless. You artificial persons are brainwashed and clueless. People would be completely informed on Team VM versus Team Vatican Debt Slave. So let's just take a little gander at the note she wrote me in the mail. Now I'm getting letters from the court, not certified mail, because I accidentally made a signature, Robbie 9. So I signed an addendum to something, a contract. And maybe I contractually procreated her baby into my child. I don't know. Hey, maybe I want to adopt that child and make sure she never sees it again. Who knows what I'm going to do now? I might like to have a little boy son to raise up completely informed and to teach and preach the teachers when they go to school. turn into a little John McEnroe instead of with Tracy McEnroe there, which has never been my attention. But John McEnroe is sort of a truth seeker. Put on YouTube, search McEnroe gets waterboarded, and watch that video. He was my childhood hero as a tennis player. So anyway, this Danielle Maxine Bachelor has sent me certified mail through the courts and herself from jail, and I've got a whole pack of her letters here. She never seemed to be able to read 9 words on a smartphone with everything I had to write. So, of course, I didn't open her mail and read 1 word of it. It's not important to me. She's been shunned. She knows she's been shunned. Now she is in my IM and or someone else in her IM talking to me either from jail or the person who claims not to be her is not her, and some friend who uses her account to speak to me in IM at Facebook. And I'm just documenting all this because, hey, why not? I give legal advice to people all the time that I don't follow. You should keep your legal issues private to yourself and not discuss them with anyone else. That's a good idea. If you want to follow that advice, go ahead. If you don't do it. It's free. I'm not charging you for that, obviously. Everything criminal, it's civil. It's a civil suit based on federal commerce. If there's no federal currency exchanged, it's kind of hard for something to be illegal. But if someone punches you in the nose and you break their nose and they have to go get their nose fixed, that becomes financial. What did I say, Robbie? I got a little screwed up, but figure it out. Somebody punches you in the nose, you break your nose, and you got to go to the hospital, then you can charge them financial detrimental loss to your federal corporation nose, Robbie 9. To your federal property that you can't own. So let's see here. It doesn't really have to show up. I read it. They have a COVID deal where I'm supposed to call the courts January 4th and be in the court on a telephone call because of COVID-19. Isn't that convenient, Robbie 9? For me, I mean, having nothing to do with any of it, isn't that real convenient? Well, of course, I guess I'm going to, Robbie 9, even though she has my name misspelled. That's not my legal name. That's not my actual identity. She's got my name as Marcus Vogt. She knows my full, middle, and first and last name from Facebook. That's my actual legal name. They're claiming she's mentally ill. Well, I wouldn't say that as far as their terminology for it. Mentally ill to me means you can't tell the truth and you're not who you are. So you are mentally ill. You got 2 personalities, a fake you and a real you that you're not federally being. That's mental illness to me. Mental illness to the psychiatrist, that can be just about anything. Like being anti-government syndrome. Well, you can't be anti-government if government's a contractual legal fiction that can't exist. That's one thing I can't be, anti-government. So they've got me a 30-day notice to call an attorney. They've already issued me an attorney. I didn't say I wanted one. I could have said I'll be my own lawyer. No thanks. I don't need a key tam scam attorney legally representing my artificial person. I'll do it just fine. So he's getting fired as soon as I call. If I decide that's in my best interest, of course, I'm gonna ask their legal advice, of course, Robbie, on what I should do, and then I'll decide not to follow it or choose to follow it. But my address, I don't know where she got it. I think maybe I said it on a VMTV show. But I definitely didn't give it to her and say, hey, start writing me letters from jail. So I don't know where she got it, but I keep getting letters, so she got it somehow. You can do an Intellius check. You can do all kinds of things to get addresses. I'm not so sure I gave it out on the air. If I did, that would have probably been the Verbal Militia channel that's been deleted. So who knows? I have no way of proving that I didn't put it out on air, but I'm pretty sure I didn't give it to her in a sense. I want you to write me letters when I'm trying to shun her after about 3-4 months speaking to her daily straight, trying to make her see things my way. That's kind of what people do in certain situations. So I've got the homeless house hijacker. You can walk in the back door anytime. Of course, I'm ready for that, Robbie Knight. I'm almost hoping that he would, so I can pay him back for a few things, legally and constitutionally, and very violently this time, instead of like last time. Only a little tiny bit violently on both sides. Then I've got cops knocking at my door asking if my engine bike got stolen. After I got in contact with them, hey, they're just welcome to knock on the door anytime. Ask me if my bike got stolen when it wasn't, Robbie Nine, just the other day. So, see the Pandora's box that's opened up now? I was like, oh no, I haven't got stolen. Let's go check my warehouse full of bikes and just see. If I forgot to lock it up somehow, the homeless crackhead scammer got in there and stole it. Well, they didn't steal it. So, I'm not the only person in the world, man on the planet with one of those bikes in town. And I said, I appreciate it. Still here. Talk to you later. But I'll take care of my own bikes. I told them one got taken from me. It did, and I never reported it because I try to handle things in-house as much as possible. I look at it like if I get scammed, the way you should look at it. There are no scams without a scammer and a scammy. So by me not locking up that bike, I'm going to take at least 50% of the blame. Because to some people, that's a gift, obviously. And I know that not even a clod of dirt can be owned. So they're just taking things from me they didn't deserve. And you never know, Robbie. Maybe they really needed it a lot more than me. And the way I justified not really going after the fool who I found out who took it was I hope the little kid, about 13-year-old, gets that bike, is a lot like me, and enjoys it for a little while until it breaks. But why she put my legal fiction actual name down as Marcus Vote, that I don't know. That may alleviate the whole situation. I don't know. I'm going to have to call and find out, I guess, which will be on a live VMTV show at a later date. So that being said, with 9/11 fast approaching, as per Robbie Nine's request, I am Tyler Durden, VMS Fight Club. This conversation is now over.